So this is a tour of our garden. So we're working on some succulents over here. That is a snapdragon. We just added these succulents around it. These have been here for a while, and we need to sort of repair some of these patches, but it's looking pretty good. We have a jade plant right here and some other succulents. And this full baby right here is mint, and it died back. The whole thing was empty at one point, but then these mushrooms started appearing, and apparently mushrooms keep plants alive. The mycelium, which is sort of like the root of a mushroom, wraps around the root of this plant and stimulates its growth somehow. I'm not quite sure, but it bounced back, and I think it's because of the mushroom, which is awesome. And these are our strawberry plants, and these are from last summer, and I didn't think that they were going to survive a whole year, but they're growing new little strawberries. Here's a big one over here. And here we have, which is kind of dying back, but this summer we grew corn, and we actually ate the corn, and it was the best corn I've ever had. But I'm just leaving these stalks here. This is kale. I have to water these. What kind of kale is this? Russian red kale. And this one is dinosaur kale. So I can add to my smoothies. It's kind of getting eaten up, but you know, it's nature. And we have our collard greens over here. And then carrots. And we get all of these from a nursery down the street, which is amazing, which is definitely leading me to my plant obsession, fueling it. This is third generation cilantro. You can kind of see the tiny little cilantro leaves. More little mushrooms. But this cilantro we got when it was like tiny, just a little stalk, and then they grew really big, but they bolt really fast, so the cilantro smell doesn't last. And it's hard when they bolt because that means like they're flowering and they get really big, and then the cilantro pretty much stops being cilantro. But then they grow seeds, and then we planted the seeds. So this is the second time that we planted the seeds after it's bolted. So this is third generation, which is really cool. And then this is like a 3-year-old lavender bush. And we also grew this from it was seriously like that size. This is some lemon balm. But it's gotten huge, and I just pruned it because it was like way overgrown. And this is, we got these two together. They were just babies. This is like a huge rosemary bush now, and it's flowering these like pretty purple flowers, and it smells amazing. And this hunk of junk is our compost pile. So we put all our scrap foods here, and then we layer just like fallen leaves and extra dirt and just like other things that we've pruned. Like we have like large, I think it's Mexican sage that grows here, and then so when we pull those out, we just like layer it on top of here, and it helps decompose. If you like lift this up, there's like tons of bugs underneath, like worms and roly-polies and slugs, and they eat and dissolve all the food material. This is our purple sage, and this was here before we moved in, and it gets really full. I think it's dying back a little bit, but we dry this and burn it, or I haven't made tea with it yet, but I think I'm gonna do that soon. This smells really good when you burn it. And I just love that we have it available in our backyard. Because honestly, like smudging material, especially in gentrified cities, becomes like really trendy, and it's also I think they over harvest, which is disappointing, just for like mass consumption. So I'd rather be able to like grow my own sage and like not worry about that. Sorry if there's like a lot of noise in the background. There's always construction in my neighborhood. Okay, so this is kind of a really sad tomato plant. We had a really booming tomato plant last summer, but we traveled a lot this summer, so it kind of got sad. Also, like, this huge tree above it was just like trimmed, like massively trimmed. Like, this was all shadowing this part of our garden, but the neighbors trimmed it, so when all the debris fell, it kind of crushed it. But we've still been getting like little tomatoes off of it, so like, why pull it out? You know, it's still growing, so I love it. And this is a pepper. What kind of pepper plant was this? The spicy pepper plant. And we got like serrano peppers. We got 3 serrano peppers off of it this year, which is not a lie, but we didn't expect this to even continue growing here. Like, this was from last summer, and it's still alive, so I don't know. I thought it was just like a yearly, like it grows 1 year and then it dies off, just similar to like we grew like a bell pepper plant 1 year and then it died off, but this one stayed. We just got this, no, this one wasn't labeled, but we bought it anyway because we wanted more peppers. I think it's like a large green pepper, not like a bell pepper, like a spicy pepper, but not super spicy. Kind of like, I don't know, like, what is a Chile relleno type of pepper? I think that's kind of like what this is. We'll see. And then this one is our newest one, and this is pineapple sage. So it has a lot of yellow leaves. I just planted it in the ground, so it's probably in shock, but it smells like pineapple. Yeah. And it has these cool red flowers. So yeah, I'm gonna water.